AI writes almost every line of code I ship. You still need to learn how to code, and not for the reason you think. Right now the internet is full of advice like this. Coding is dead. You don't need to learn programming anymore. Just describe your app and AI builds it. Learn prompting instead. So, when I say this advice is wrong, it's not because I'm scared of AI. It's because I actually use it. Here is why you see so much of it. Hype gets clicks and nuance doesn't. And most people saying coding is dead are selling something. A course, a tool, a newsletter. Almost none of them maintain a real project for a real client. The demos are real, by the way. I'm not saying they are fake. You can build a to-do app in one prompt. That works. But building a to-do app in one prompt and maintaining a client project for 2 years are two completely different jobs. So let's talk about what the job actually is. Nobody pays you to write code. Your job is to make the business money. And it works on my machine. It's not a product. A real product works under the real pressure, real traffic, messy data, users doing things you never expect. A real product is maintainable. 6 months later, somebody has to change it. Maybe you, maybe somebody else. And the real product has someone who answers the phone when it crashes on a Friday night. Someone who knows where to start looking. That person is the developer. That is the job, not typing. So why do I still tell the beginners to start without AI? Not because AI makes mistakes. Everybody says that. That is the boring answer. Here is the real one. If you can't read code, you can't judge it. AI gives you code that looks perfect, clean, formatting, good names, very confident. And it can still be completely wrong for your project. So type it yourself first. Build the small things by hand. React basics, components, state, a simple backend request, a database. You are not learning to write code. You are learning to judge code. Now the trigger. When do you turn AI on? Simple. The day you can open a file, read it and explain out loud what it does. That day, not later. Because refusing AI after that point is only hurting you. Nobody works without it now. I don't, my competitors don't. And here is what nobody tells you. Using AI is its own skill. Actually, it's many skills. Knowing which model is good for which kind of work. Writing a prompt that gives a real context. Knowing when to hand AI a whole file and when to hand it one function. Knowing when to stop and write it yourself, because explaining it takes longer than doing it. That takes months to learn too, but you can only learn it if you can read what comes back, okay? So the real reason you need to learn to code, it's not syntax. AI knows syntax better than you ever will. It's 4 things. Architecture. How a project is organized. Where things live, what talks to what. AI writes files. It does not decide how your project should be shaped. And if you let it decide, in 3 months you have something nobody can change. Refactoring. Improving code that already works. This is most of the job. Real projects are never finished. They are changed. Debugging. Something breaks in production. AI doesn't know your system, your data, your client's strange edge cases. You have to find it. And the biggest one, solving business problems, knowing what to build and what to skip. Understanding that the client asked for a feature but actually needs something else. Knowing which part makes the money. None of this in a tutorial. You can't learn it from a course. You learn it when you build a real project. Come back 3 months later to change something. And you don't even remember why you wrote it that way. That is the reason. Not that AI makes mistakes. It's that AI writes code and the job was never only writing code. So, if I started today, this is what I will do. 1. Fundamentals. Type it by hand, no AI. Frontend basics, backend basics. Stay here until you can read code without questioning. 2. Build one small project completely by yourself. 3. Turn AI on. Rebuild that same project faster. Now you can actually see what it is doing. 4. Build something for a real person. A friend, business, small client. Anything with a deadline and someone who cares about the result. 5. Maintain it. Go back to something you already built and add a feature. This is the step where architecture finally makes sense, and it's the step everybody skips. If you can read code, judge it, structure a project, and understand what a business actually needs, you are worth more today than 5 years ago, because now you can move faster than ever. Drop a like and see you in the next one.